This is Red Witch.
Hey, it's Red Witch Johnny. Or you want to say this is Red Witch Johnny? We'll do that. Okay, we'll say this is Red Witch Johnny, and you're listening to Doom Tomb. Ready?
Huh.
1, 2, 3.
This is Red Witch Johnny, and you're listening to Doom Tomb.
This is the Doom Tomb Podcast, the podcast for all things stoner, doom, and sludge, and even some desert rock. My name is Chris. I am your host. We got a few guys that we grabbed right after their show at Yucca Tap Room in Tempe, Arizona. We went over to Roger's house. Anybody in Arizona knows Roger. If you don't, I interviewed him way back. Wow, when I first started the podcast. He's in a band called Dead Canyon out here. He's been in a million other bands. Everybody knows that guy. He is, he's like a brother to me. Love him to death. Anyway, this was a fantastic interview, man. I was laughing at it. It's funny. My fiance was staring at me as I was editing, and I was so into it, I didn't even know she was there. And she says, I've been there for a couple minutes. I had no idea. I just enjoyed this so much. It was like going back in time for a little bit and just enjoying a great conversation with a bunch of people. So let's hear it. These are the guys in the band Mezzoa and King Chiefs. Don't forget that. Let's hear it right now. So here we are after this great show again from Yucca Tap Room, man. Yucca Tap, yeah, there you go. Yucca always brings thunder, and there was a couple of fantastic bands, and I didn't know. I thought one of the other bands was going to come over here, but we are at an undisclosed location that we have been to before, and we have all of the members of one of the bands that played. We also saw Laser Beam, which used to be called Snow Cone tonight. We saw Old Fashioned Assassin, just coming back from Las Vegas, and Stone Deaf in the middle of the tour with this band, the guys in Mezzoa. How are you today?
Good, baby. How you doing?
Oh, awesome, man. What I'd like to do first is go around and introduce everybody so everybody knows who you are. Could you start with yourself?
I'm Nacho Maldonado.
And you are...
Paul Valley, drums.
And if nobody remembers, I might even have to put a link in my own fucking show notes for this. We interviewed Paul a while ago. We did a great 2-part interview. He is also in the band King Chiefs. And maybe we'll talk about a little bit about that, about an upcoming release. And there's one other member. And, sir, your name is? Oh, I see. Could you fill me in on who this guy is?
That's the Molting Owl.
Really?
Also known as Dust Devil.
Now, you said you had another name on stage. What was that name?
Pumpkin?
No. No, what was it was like a Spanish name, kind of?
Oh, Bujo Mola.
What is that?
It means Molting Owl.
Molting Owl,
Yeah.
okay. And for those people that haven't seen it, go check out their Facebook page. You'll see exactly what this creature is. But I don't know. Maybe we'll get something out of him. Maybe not. I never know.
I just gasped, but that's fine.
All right. So we're just gonna get right into it. So Paul is here, and he was from King Chiefs. He's playing in Mezzoa. How did you get hooked up with him?
I ran into Paulie in San Diego at a show. We were playing with good friends of his Amigo. They brought him in. They were just all hanging out, I guess, at Bar Pink.
Right.
And he came up to me. He said, "Hey, Notch, I like your stuff. If you need a drummer or anything like that, just let me know. I play drums." And, then he showed me some clips and whatnot. And
right.
like, oh, yeah, this dude's got skills. And then we had ran into trouble with our old drummer. And so I gave him a call. And the rest is history.
And it's that simple. Now, Paul, how different is it for you to play in the background playing drums than it is to play guitar? I know in our interview you talked about that you're initially a drummer. So what's the difference now?
Well, I mean, yeah, that's just it right there. I mean, I just grew up playing drums first. It was my first, instinct, if you will. It's kind of what comes natural. I think I'm probably better at drums than guitar, honestly. But, just could never find a band, that I want to play drums in until, honestly, recently. So that's why I see these guys with Amigo at Bar Pink in San Diego right before we were getting ready for Planet Desert Rock weekend. And that was it.
Do you know if Amigo has any new material coming out? I remember I saw you a while ago. This is a long time ago at the Rogue Bar, and I picked up that Amigo CD a long time ago. Do they have new material coming soon?
They do. They just released a new EP called Good Time Island. They had a previous full-length Little Cliffs, but they just released the new EP, Good Time Island. I think they're just doing a remaster on it, but it should be back up and re-released, remastered real soon.
Is it on Bandcamp now? Do you know?
It is currently on Bandcamp. Yeah, it's their Bandcamp.
All right, so we'll have to go check that out. All right, thanks, man. Now, so you're doing this tour, and it's called the El Guapo Tour.
Uh-huh.
And I got to tell you, man, I have not seen a more handsome group of fellas.
God bless your heart.
And they're just stunning men. Almost got a sound from the owl here.
Right.
Okay, that's cool. So here's the question: Is does this have a meaning? Is this have anything to do with the movie The Three Amigos?
Well, now that you say that, I think that's probably where he did get it from, because the guys that put it together were our buddies in Stone Deaf, Cody.
Right.
Cody, and when we saw El Guapo tour, I'm like, oh, man. But you know what, though? I think we're all three-piece bands. We're a three-piece, they're a three-piece. It kind of makes sense now you say that. So
I say Three Amigos. There you go.
Yeah, so that's probably where it comes from.
Now, do you have a favorite quote from the movie?
God, I was going to quote, but I was almost going to go Blazing Saddles. No, what is that one?
Well, I know there's...
Pletara? That one or something.
That dun,
Do you even
dun,
know what
dun.
a fucking
Hey!
pletara is? I don't think he
there-
said fucking, but you know what I mean.
Wasn't there the quote where it's like, she's something like, later on you can kiss me on the veranda? She's, the lips will be just fine. Don't worry about that.
I love it.
And or that just saying when we're in the desert and he's got that canteen of water and he's just spilling it everywhere, and the other guys are like, oh, just a drink.
Yeah.
All right,
Classic one. Classic flick.
Oh, it's killer, man. And let's see. So we got this logo. Kind of honestly reminds me of a Kiss logo with the Z's.
Yeah. We're paying homage. We're
You're-
paying
oh,
homage.
paying
I mean,
homage.
they're just a major influence in my early years.
Now, excuse me, me too. And I didn't notice it as a kid, but as I got older, I realized that in 10 years, they released 12 regular albums, 4 solo records.
Right.
I mean, that is a vast catalog. I mean, granted, these are back in days when you had like the LPs, so you're doing like 35 minutes tops.
Right.
But still, to put out that amount of material, like those guys, Aerosmith, even, there's so many other bands, and they were putting out material like every freaking year.
Yeah, amazing.
Do you have any idea, like, what is the difference between the music then and now? Was it the drugs? What was it?
I don't know. Was it maybe their record contracts, or they just had to put that shit out? It's like, you better give us friggin' this many songs or this many albums, and you got 5 years to do it.
Right.
So maybe that was part of it.
Gave you some time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had a little bit of time.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, to me, I think that's one of the reasons for all the, I guess.
I just can't believe the amount of material. And then you could see as they progressed in the 80s, it wound up being 2 years, 3 years.
That's what I was going to say. It always seemed like it was every 2 years an album would come out.
Yep.
Not.
Now, I wrote this down, and I wonder if you want to do this with me. So they had an album called Destroyer, which, the reason I picked these 2 albums, the other one is Rock and Roll Over, because they were both, I believe, released in 76.
Right.
Bicentennial, I figured what better way to talk about it.
Right.
So I'm going to go through these tracks, and we're going to have a little war.
For sure.
And, excuse me, I want you to see. That felt good.
Yeah, I saw
that was
that.
deep. That was natural light.
Looks like it felt good.
It was from the heart.
There you go.
And so I'm going to go one song, the other, and you're going to help me pick out which is probably a better album, but better track by track.
Yeah.
Are we ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's start it. Detroit Rock City versus I Want You.
I was thinking about that. Man, I dig them both.
Right?
I kind of dig I Want You, but a little, Detroit Rock City's a badass tune, but it's kind of been played out a little bit.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
Started most of their tours or whatever, their live shows.
Yeah,
Detroit
that's
Rock
how they
City.
kick it off.
Yeah, and which is a badass song, but I do love I Want You, though. It's a bitchin' riff.
So here's the thing. It's like you got Detroit Rock City, so they got the long intro,
Right.
Being in the car.
Right.
But then in I Want You, you got that little bit of that balladiness, and then it starts crushing.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, so which one are you going to go with?
I probably... that's a tough one. I'm going to go I Want You.
I Want You. You know what? Just from what you were saying, I was thinking... Initially, I was all Detroit Rock City. Mm-hmm. And the reason I was in Detroit Rock City is just that little drum part, dun 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 dun, and then at the end, get up, and that's the part that makes it for me.
Right.
Now I Want You. What is it? You can run, you can hide, but you never get away. Dun 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 dun. Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
that I think makes it for me.
Yeah.
So
it's got a good groove. It's kind of funky, to be honest. It's now that as we're listening to funk.
Oh yeah, the funk is behind
But
us.
no, I just think I think they're both really comparable. It's probably their first song on the album, probably because they both the bands thought.
So you're gonna go I Want You.
I'm gonna take I Want You.
You know what? I'm gonna take I Want You
Let's
because
go.
I think that's the way we gotta go.
There we go.
All right,
dude.
so here we go. Second,
Okay.
King of the Nighttime World versus Take Me.
King of the Nighttime World.
No brainer.
Yeah, it's
Right?
easy,
I mean,
yeah.
Take Me, dun, 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 fair.
Yeah.
But King of the Nighttime World, it's almost like, for me, it was like a youth anthem.
Right.
And it's got that boom, bah. It's almost like that Peter Criss. It's almost jazzy to me.
Yeah.
I swear, I feel like he's got some jazz influence.
Yeah, that's what I heard about that. I guess he's mostly a jazz drummer. That's kind of why they were, I've heard of that.
All right, so we're gonna go
ahead.
King of the Nighttime World on that. So hold
Yeah.
on a minute. I got a pen here somewhere. I'm gonna mark this. So we're going.
All right.
We're going. I Want You,
Oh, you got
and then we're going King of the Nighttime World. Okay, you ready for the next?
Yes, sir.
This is gonna be tough. This is gonna be real tough. Off of Destroyer.
No, I see your list. It's not for me.
Really?
No.
Okay, well let's talk about it. God of Thunder versus Calling Dr. Love.
God of Thunder's a friggin' anthem, dude. That's
And rock and roll.
Yeah, so heavy and I mean, it's probably Kiss's heaviest, raddest tune.
Right.
I mean, one of their raddest tunes. I mean, it's just heavy as far as, people are talking shit like, oh, they're glammy McGlam, but it's like, nah, that's a fucking badass fucking song right there. You can suck a dick. It's a badass fucking tune.
Now
I like Calling Dr. Love. It's a great tune. It's a great commercial tune for sure.
it is. I like this the groove in the
Yeah.
beginning of it.
And
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
The thing with God of Thunder is going back to like being a kid. That song used to scare the shit out of me,
Right.
and I don't know what was in the beginning. There's something like, hey, that
that little kid or
I don't know
something.
what that was.
Why the hell? Yeah, what made him think of that?
scared the hell out of me. But
Right.
I think when I look back, every song that scared the crap out of me, it didn't matter whether it was God of Thunder, didn't matter whether it was the whole Pink Floyd The Wall album.
Right.
I now love them to death. So
Right.
I am going to agree, and not only because it's heavy, but I think personally that would be a great song for a doom band to cover.
Well, Melvins did. I think Melvins.
Yeah, they
covered
did.
that.
Yeah, and that was huge.
Yeah, that was
It
rad.
sounded killer.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
But I mean, I think there's so many others. I
They
wonder.
also covered Going Blind too.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, that's sick too. That's a bitchin' fucking version too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Let me check. Oh, well, Q's obviously not talking about this, but Paul, what? Do you have anything to say about these? Are we picking the right songs?
Hey, I'm all about it. Yeah.
Okay.
You guys know better than I do, though.
If you have anything to chime in about any of these songs, could you please?
No, I don't have much to say on these. I really don't. Yeah.
It's just me and you, baby. We got this.
I guess
We got
so.
this.
All
we
right,
go.
now I think this is a no-brainer for me. Great Expectations versus Ladies' Room.
I wasn't a big fan of Ladies' Room, but what was the other one?
Great Expectations.
Great. I guess I'll take that one. I
You
know.
really? You're gonna take it? I'm gonna. All right.
I know. We can go. We need to
I'm gonna go again.
disagree every now and again. We got.
Yeah, that's okay, man. I'm gonna go against you just because I just don't like how fucking slow it is.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't.
Great Expectations is the song you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yes. I mean,
It's,
yeah. She or you got great. Yeah, I mean, I know.
It's slow.
It's
It's a little bit of.
The other one's rocking her.
It's a little bit of like groupie dick swinging to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, I get it. You
Yeah.
banged a lot of broads. It's fucking, I get
know.
it. But Ladies' Room, I don't know. It's
No,
kind of.
Ladies' Room's a good one too. I mean, it's. You know what? You talk me into it. It's probably a better song.
And I personally don't understand why they're going in the ladies' room, but maybe that's for another.
Well, yeah, he's just going in there because we're going to talk game here now. When you go into the ladies' room, chick ain't going to go into the men's room.
No, she's not.
So you're going to take your ass in the ladies' room and like, all right, shut the door and we're going to get busy.
Oh,
You know what
there
I mean?
it is.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, except the stalls in the women's bathroom not as.
I heard
not
they're
good.
kind of funky.
They're kind of everybody hovers.
Yeah.
From what I've heard.
Yeah.
Not like I've seen it, but
You're in the ladies' room.
You know what? I think that's for another podcast.
Yes.
Honestly.
Okay.
We're gonna
Got
move
it.
forward. Okay. I think this is a no-brainer too. Shit, man. Okay. Flaming Youth versus Baby Driver.
Flaming Youth.
Yeah. I can't even the beginning of that, because it's like it was also that side 2.
Right.
Big
Yeah.
bang.
Starts off. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you had to flip the album over to get to it. For
Exactly.
Sure. Yeah.
And Baby Driver.
Yeah, I feel
It's-
bad to say it. A bunch of Peter songs weren't all my favorites.
It's cute.
Yeah.
It's kind of cute. Okay, so we're going to go Flaming Youth.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. So we got Sweet Pain versus Love 'Em and Leave 'Em.
Ooh, 2 Gene songs.
Yeah?
Sweet Pain, Love 'Em, Leave 'Em.
And I agree.
Did you see the Don Kirshner's rock concert when they came out? Like when the first videos, not a video, but I guess it's a video.
Yeah.
Kiss was on Don Kirshner's rock concert.
Sure.
They did that. It's the first song I ever heard of theirs.
Love 'Em, Leave 'Em?
Love 'Em, Leave 'Em. Yeah, they came
Really?
out and busted that. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I was a little old dude. My brother's like, come check this out. Like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
He wakes me up not to come check these dudes out. And it came out there. I'm watching this shit. I lost my fucking mind, and I was fucking hooked from that moment on. It was from Love 'Em, Leave 'Em.
I know it's kind of weird that, but I was a kid, and when my mom would hear me singing some songs, and she had no idea, like I remember the first time, like I sang Let's Get It Up by AC/DC, and she's
right.
like, pardon?
Mom didn't care. Was she buying albums?
Well, she's like, what? She said, what's that mean? What do you think that means, Chris? And I said, well, let's get it up. It's a party. And she says, yeah, it's
That's what
a
it is,
party. And then when I remember singing
Party,
Love
all
and
right.
Leave 'Em, and it's put your hand on my pocket, grab onto my rocket, and
Right.
just like, she's like, okay, all right. And do you know what that means? I said, it's a party. Everything was a party to me. I apparently I liked to party as a kid.
Right.
All right, so that one was Love 'Em, Leave 'Em.
Yeah.
All right.
The other side.
I know, right? Now we have to go. We're going Anthem versus
Ooh, shout it out loud.
Deep. Yes, Shout It Out Loud versus Mr. Speed.
Shout it out loud.
Shout It Out
Speed's a
Loud.
good song, but I think Shout It Out Loud's is like you said, it's a fucking anthem.
I think so too, and I think we got to
too.
go with this.
Yeah.
See, this was my problem. I thought this was going to happen as I was getting this list together, and Shout It Out Loud. I remember I heard. I don't know if you're familiar with the band Stryper.
Yeah.
They
I'm
did.
not a lot. I mean, I don't know a lot of their songs. I know who they are, though.
They did a cover of Shout It Out Loud. There was a fair to low end cover of Shout It Out Loud by a band that was a glam band called Pretty Boy Floyd.
Right.
It's fair, but his vocal can't carry it the way.
Right.
And,
if
I mean-
you can't do a song better than somebody, or at least a lot different, then I don't think you should do it. Or at
No.
least- I mean, that's
Easily.
just my opinion, of course, but
No, I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
Better make it a badass version, or just go ahead and just leave it alone.
Agreed. And now we come to the love. So
Love?
we've got Making Love. Yeah. Not us. Don't get the wrong idea.
Okay.
But it's Making Love versus Do You Love Me?
Making Love. That riff's fucking badass.
I'd say the riff is huge. I always like the beginning because it's so the beginning of "Do You Love Me"
Right.
because it's so stark.
Right. That's a great song for sure.
But "Making Love"
It's one of my favorite Kiss riffs.
and that Peter Criss running down the entire drum set,
yeah.
and then it goes boom, da-na-na-na, da-na.
Yeah.
Okay, so "Making Love." All right, so that's what we're going with. All right, so
You agree on that one?
all right, yeah. Oh, I totally agree with that.
Right.
So let's see what we got. So okay, we got 3 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 3 to 5. The winner, undisputed champion, Detroit Rock City, Destroyer.
Destroyer wins?
Yeah, Destroyer. I said the wrong word. Destroyer. Yeah, that's the clear winner. All right, dude.
Yeah, well, now we know. I mean, I would think that, I did take I Want You first,
Yeah.
but I mean, that'd probably be my favorite tune
Right.
out of both albums. But yeah, I guess it's a stronger album, Destroyer.
It was, if we would have went Detroit Rock City, if it was like maybe 20 years ago, we probably would have picked that, and it would have been
probably.
even closer.
Clean sweep.
All right.
Right.
Let's move forward.
Let's move.
Let's talk about your music,
Okay.
Astral Travel.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to go a little bit over the tracks, if you don't mind.
Yes, please.
Just tell me a little bit about maybe the process or what came to mind when you did it.
The process kind of starts off just either, feeling in some certain kind of way. If I don't have, I don't know, basically if I'm lonely or if I'm bored, I'll go pick up the guitar and kind of, it's, going through a breakup sometimes, I'll just kind of just write some shit out while I'm playing the guitar, and it's a really cathartic way for me to start getting stuff off my chest, and that's basically how the songs start.
I felt like I heard it. Especially in the song Astral Travel.
Yeah.
In Astral, but I'll get to that in a minute. I'm gonna go down the list.
Okay.
First off, I was trying to knock down what the vocal was. Couldn't quite put you close to anyone. So it's
Right on.
it's unique to me,
Big
and
fan.
it's very comforting in a way. It's
Familiar.
like it's in the pocket.
Right on.
There's a ton of groove in your vocal.
Right on, bro.
Forget the instruments for a second. Just the vocal. It just lays in that cut, and that is that desert rock vibe.
Right. I'll take I'll take that.
And I just love it. I want to start off with the first cut, "Song of the Sun." What can you tell me about that?
Song of the Sun, bitchin' riff came out of nowhere one day, and I just started, what goes with this, and I was just trying to, what's on my mind, and I just thought something of that strength, that needs kind of a serious subject, because I didn't really think, anything else like a girlfriend or nothing would kind of really fit what I was talking about right there, so I kind of started talking about the earth,
Right.
and just, it might be a little political, but just take care of my earth, and
Yep.
basically that we're fucking it up. And just gotta be a little more conscious of that, and that's what the song's about,
Fair enough.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about "Chariots of Cho"?
That one's I'm Nacho, so it's my vehicle basically.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, and the vehicle is the song, the band, and all that, and it's basically just talking about a breakup, and it was actually written back in '92, believe it or not.
Wow.
And I had it sitting around, and there were 2 songs that I spliced together.
Right.
You can kind of tell once if you re-listen to it, you're like, okay, that's the first part is the first song.
Yep.
Second half is the second song. I spliced them together. It's just basically about a breakup.
Yeah. I get that. I got that in a lot of the tracks. There's
Right.
a lot of discussion about relationships, which we're going to get to.
And conclusions, though, too. I like to culminate it in everything's all right. Never usually, I don't like finishing off an album or a song with oh, everything's fucked up, poor me, sad me shit. It's just nah, it's all good. Make
Right.
it happen. Everything's cool.
I get that. So I want to see if I can pronounce this word correctly. Is it Vagician?
Yes, sir.
And
yes, sir.
is this Vagician a great female deceiver?
Actually,
Like an illusionist of
it's,
sorts?
Quagmire and Family Guy. Quagmire is a magician. In one of the fucking Family Guy episodes, fucking Peter calls him a magician. He fucking makes pussy appear.
Yes, he does.
And disappear too, depending on the time of night,
Sure.
High time to get. But anyways, yeah, that's what that song, or that's where the title came from.
Right.
But the song's just about a gal I was dating, and just kind of going over her head every now and again, and freaking, just nothing too serious, but Just like every now and again, if you don't mind me coming over, I'll come
Yeah.
by and hang out.
Little call.
Yeah, little, yes.
I understand what you're saying.
Right.
Shoplifters of the World?
That's a Smiths cover.
Really?
Yeah.
How did I not pick that one up?
It's quite all right. Yeah.
Why did you choose it?
I always loved the Smiths. I thought Morrissey fucking sings great. He's got a killer way of delivering and phrasing, and
Right.
and just kind of floating on top of the music instead of being staccato, I guess is the word, or just I don't know how to really say it other than I've always loved the Smiths, and I love the musical part of the Smiths.
Obviously, I didn't go. I never went deep with the Smiths. I love the hits that I've heard. I love.
Right.
And I like Morrissey's hits as well.
Right.
I'm not exactly sure why I like it because it could even Suede Head has its own unique
Sure, love that too.
unique feel,
So right.
but also we hate it when your friends become successful. I hate it when
he's pretty
whatever
honest.
that
I think Morrissey's pretty freaking honest and with his lyrics. Like I said in the part, I like he was kind of like what do you call it, crooning?
Yeah.
He was crooning on this different style of music, like the new wave, new row shit out of in the '80s coming out of England, and I just love his style. I mean, to me, it was I hadn't heard nothing like that at the time, and I just think it's fucking awesome. As far as that riff too, I knew that Shoplifter riff is a heavy riff if you put distortion on it. It's
right.
16 notes, and it's like, yeah, I can make that shit sound heavy.
And it did.
Yeah, it sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, and you brought it.
Yep.
And that's exactly what I put. I put it's just a thick chugging riff.
Right.
So you nailed it. And we're going back. We're talking about covers and stuff. Not only did you do something great with it, you made it your own.
Right.
Where it's like,
it's kind of what I was getting to. It's like if you're not gonna make it something different, or instead of just trying to cover it exactly like he did it,
right?
Like I'm gonna make it mine and make it my kind of stoner style.
And that it totally works. Now,
I know. Thank you.
You were talking about astral travel a few minutes ago, and I was writing down that you that in this song. What I got out is like there is no relationship that you're having right now. But the music in your world just gets you through everything.
For sure.
And is that something kind of close to it, or did you have some other kind of idea behind it?
About that song?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was a significant breakup. I was in the studio at the time, and it was kind of perfect timing as far as being able to get something off my chest that I really wanted to say. So I'm in the studio writing lyrics for this song. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to write about the breakup, And I mean, I had some shit kind of penciled in a little bit, but I'm like, no, I'm just going to speak from my heart about my girlfriend. Her and I are breaking up,
right?
And that's kind of how I just honestly spoke to the to the song on that one.
And I felt like that also went into is it Incan Orchid?
Yeah, same thing.
Same thing. Dealing with that loss, that breakup. Is there anything else you'd have to say about that track?
No, other than you're right. I mean, it basically was another breakup. I think I've written about another girl. But, since it was the same timing as this one, it was like I said, some of these songs were written a while back.
Sure.
So, I kind of had the same feelings. So I put basically the lyrics, I kind of just meshed up the two relationships, and I just kind of started putting those lyrics onto this song.
There you go.
Yeah, if that makes sense.
I think it does.
Confusing myself a little bit over here.
Now we're going to get to this track I really found interesting to me. Shemyaza and the Watchers?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here's my question, because I'm listening to this track.
Right.
About 2 minute 40 in.
Yeah.
I hear this other thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like an interpolation of a song.
Right.
Now I don't know which song you were thinking of. Were you thinking
Ghetto Boys, right? That sample.
Well, they sampled it.
Right.
But were you thinking more Ghetto Boys, or were you thinking more Isaac Hayes? Because Isaac Hayes did the original.
That's his riff.
It's now his.
Because I took it from the video that I know of the Ghetto Boys that I saw.
Mind Playing Tricks on Me.
Yeah, sure. And I'm talking about, and like the song is kind of takes place during Halloween.
Right.
So I kind of just threw that in there, like this is more of a fantasy type of song, one of the rare ones that I just kind of create. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But yeah, I mean it's basically trying to project the spookiness of that video.
Oh my God! You know what? You nailed it, because when it doesn't matter whether he says Halloween fell on the weekend, me and Ghetto Boys are trick or treating. Yeah, and it but there is something about the lyrics in that, and even the video
It's
is
dark as fuck.
It's
man.
very dark. Is very paranoid.
Yeah, man.
It's deep, and it sounds weird saying that Ghetto Boys got deep, but
No,
that was
awesome.
that was an ominous track saying like anxiety and
Tripping.
or it could just be a whole big bad trip.
Right.
You don't know, but I was
Fucking
just
rad.
curious whether you picked because
Okay, I see. I didn't know. Honestly, I didn't know that was an Isaac Hayes track. I didn't know
Okay.
that they sampled that. I didn't know. So I've learned something today.
because
Awesome.
when I heard some of the other tracks and they're dealing with loss,
Right.
and then I hear this track and the original track was called "Hung Up on My Baby," I believe.
Okay.
I didn't know if you were trying to run that theme.
Oh, I see.
Or you were maybe even running a little paranoia theme.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, because it's kind of that's the more of the theme I was going for. Because basically talking about, kind of stalkerish behavior, kind of weirding out on your chick. Where's your chick at? You're breaking up. Is she out doing stuff?
Yeah.
And it's like, and we've I don't know if we've all been there, but it's just like you're.
Oh, we've all been there.
We're breaking up, and it's like, where's she tonight, man?
Yeah.
Fuck. It's Halloween.
What was that?
What's she doing tonight?
That Elvis Costello, is she really going out with him or
Yeah.
whatever that? Or was
That's,
that
Joe
Oh,
Jackson.
Joe Jackson. I'm
See,
sorry.
I got some.
You got it.
I got some.
Yeah, for the win. Okay, so let's continue.
Yes, sir.
So, album name, band name, and track. Mezzoa.
Mezzoa. I know. I didn't realize it was going to be that really hard to pronounce.
I'm Cesare.
Well, no, I think everybody does it. I mean, and I realized because Mezzoa. Yeah, I mean Mezzoa. It's basically I'm talking about a Mesoamerican. A Mexican, basically, where it's just basically spelled normally would be spelled MESO.
Okay.
American, Mesoamerican.
Right.
And I said, well, I'm gonna make it mine. I'm gonna make sure ain't nobody got that.
Right.
So I put it in Mezzoa, and just instead I wasn't gonna call it Mesoamerican. That'd be kind of lame, but I just figured so I shortened it up, took the S out, put two Z's, put them backwards. You know what I mean? And
It works.
It's ours. You know what I mean?
It's totally yours. Now,
Right.
what is there something you could tell me about that track, or is this like the overall idea of the band in this track?
No, it's another love song kind of thing.
Right.
And that's kind of if I start thinking of I got to think of the lyrics a little bit. Basically, as a single dude now after the breakup, I was just kind of like, God, I keep going back to the breakup. I was like, dude, get over it already. Fuck.
Did some things screw with
No,
your
yeah,
head?
and that's when albums come out. When I get squashed and I'm crushed, it's like, I got shit to write about.
Right.
But I mean, that one is basically my attitude. It's like, I don't want no girlfriend. I ain't
Sure.
trying to do none of that right now. I'm just trying to, live my life, kick ass, and just have fun, basically.
That works. I mean,
Right.
look, the some of the greatest music, greatest songs come out of pain.
For sure.
I mean,
Blues.
do you think blues? Absolutely. Do you think Stevie Nicks ever would have released an album if they're
Right,
listen to all
right.
the songs?
No doubt.
It's all about relationships.
Totally. And people can relate to shit like that, too, I think. So when
Yeah.
you write about stuff like that, certain people can I'm going through that, too. Like, that's talking to me.
Absolutely. And I just put down that's a riff monster right there, man. That track is
Yeah, it feels good.
oh, it does. It
It's
really
better
does.
live. I felt like we didn't totally capture how I wanted it to go on
Okay.
the album, and it feels good. It's rocking, but yeah, when we played live, it's like that's especially when we got Paulie here playing the drums.
He
and
fleshes it
singing.
out.
Oh fuck yeah, it's so heavy and gnarly, it's fucking groovy, pitching.
And what about this last track here, Dire Wolves? I got again lost love and looking for it.
Yeah, basically the name got nothing to do with it. Sometimes I like titles or like words, and I'm like, I love that. I saw something about some wolves back in the olden times, some badass big monstrous wolves.
That works.
Like dire wolves, that's badass. But then I kind of correlated to like a predator type dude who's fucking looking for hookers, and it's kind of dark too. But I mean, basically, it's a fictitious story of a guy and a girl both looking for love. One dude's trying to find a hooker, and she's trying to find, so she's trying to find money, and so she found a hook. She found a John, and just goes, that kind of story.
But you know what? Again, it's. I mean, you could say dark or whatever. There's nothing wrong with it.
It's a life story.
Yeah, it's a story, and
I mean, not everybody, but I mean,
I don't remember ever being a hooker.
I do.
No, you did. Oh, really?
No.
Was it exciting? Was it
Yeah,
like
it was fun.
It was
Sometimes, no.
like a lot of more like the
ass sex
ladies'
was
room
weird. I
stalls
wasn't
that we
into
were
that.
talking.
Wasn't into the ass sex, but it paid the bills.
You do what you got to do.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, I'm with you. on that.
There we go.
So this release, it was a bit ago, and
Yeah.
now we got something in the works for our
Yes,
next
sir.
release.
Yeah, we just started recording last month. We got about 6-7 songs recorded, drums, guitar. We got to put some vocals and leads and shit like that. And we're a little bit away. I'm gonna just started talking to the engineer today about getting some more
Right.
recording dates coming.
Are you continuing in the direction that you were in previously, or are you trying, you stretching a little?
Yeah, actually, we are doing speaking of all those covers, too, remember, we are stretching it out. We're doing the same type, taking a song. I don't know if I should give it up yet, but I'm doing my partner says, don't tell nobody, because, yeah, it's going to be a pretty special treat.
Awesome.
But, yeah, I
I'd
mean-
rather you save it.
Yeah, me too. It's going to
So,
be fucking
but
bitchin'.
there will be a cover.
There's going to be a cover on there.
That's all I need to know.
Yeah, and, the songs are pretty heavy. They're kind of, just good rock and roll songs.
Right, right.
Like we're doing it.
So, Owl, sir, where would you be looking to go on tour next? Yeah, just like I said, he's not answering. Okay. He's I understand. I got to admit, seeing him on stage, a little fucking scary.
That's right.
Seeing him in person, still a little fucking scary. But it's all
killer.
good. I'll deal with it.
That's
So
right.
let
dude.
me maybe I could ask you.
Yes, sir.
Where is a place that you haven't played on tour that you're looking forward to playing?
On tour, we haven't gone up to Northwest yet. We're going to be going later in the year. We got some Seattle, Portland, stuff like that up the West Coast.
Right,
I
right.
wouldn't mind going east, but that's a motherfucking trek.
It is a trek. I lived over there. I
Yeah.
could tell you people would love it.
Yeah,
I can tell you.
We just did a Texas trip here 2 months ago, and that was pretty tough. A lot of driving. It was pretty.
Yeah.
I mean, the dates were pretty spread out. I mean, the venues.
Right.
So that was pretty tough.
A lot of
8
time
hour-
on the I-10.
Hey, yeah, it was rough. It was pretty
Yep.
rough. Yeah, it was tough. But to answer your question, I want to get up to the northwest.
Right on.
Play some shows up there.
Yeah. Get over to what is it? Where is it? Is it Portland?
Portland here's got a good scene. Oregon.
Yeah,
Portland,
I was-
and there's another one. Where's the other one?
Seattle. Where's Voodoo Donut?
Portland. Originally Portland, yeah. I mean, it's still there, but I'm sure they have a bunch more now. Other places, I'm pretty sure.
I didn't know where, but that Voodoo Donut man looks so fucking sick.
What's that? What'd you see?
Voodoo Donut. You got to be a fan of like bad shit,
Uh-huh.
bad food. Yeah, it's a donut shop. And,
Right.
All right, so okay, so you're on tour.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you're gonna ever get into any kind of argument or anything with the Owl because
He is a pretty chilly dude. That's why we've been together 2 years and only.
Right.
Man, we ain't ever argued once, man, and it's mostly because he's a mellow dude.
Yeah.
He just. You can tell if you're irritating him. He just like, okay.
he's almost asleep right now.
He is asleep. That's his waking state.
That's his waking state.
No, he's a mellow dude. Paulie's a sweetheart too. I got great guys in the
Yeah,
band.
Paul, I can say is absolutely an amazing dude.
Right.
And okay, here's a question. I didn't want to say it to you before, but I'm curious. I want you to just finish the sentence. I am the best at cooking.
Menudo.
Who you?
No, albondigas.
Whoa! I had to throw these down. Menudo.
I meant albondigas. I'm
What?
sorry, I said menudo first because
Okay.
he's Johnny Big Pot of albondigas guy.
Okay, now I apologize. I don't know that.
Meatball soup. And-
Meatball soup.
Yeah, Mexican style.
Oh,
Yeah, he fuck it up.
because I'm gonna change this officially on this fucking podcast. It's not my girlfriend, my fiance.
Right.
My fiance. This is a revelation. Fiance. She hates menudo because, and now I want to be sure I understand, right? Because I want to make sure I'm eating the right stuff.
Right.
You know, I'm look at me, I'm transparent. I'm so
Yeah.
fucking white. Menudo has the tripe in it, right?
Yeah, that's I
Yes.
ain't trying to eat that. I ain't eating that.
Oh, I will be.
ain't
I
eat-
am all over that.
I ain't
Give me
eating
some
that.
cartilage to
It
chew
tastes
on.
too chewy.
Oh, I'm all down.
It's too chewy, man.
I
It's
love
like,
it.
It's like you got bubble gum. And
But that's what I go for.
now the soup's good. I like the soup flavor
Right.
of menudo and like the corn or what do you call that stuff? Hominy.
Oh
They
yeah.
put hominy in there too, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, I mean, I love the soup flavor, but I ain't trying to eat the tripe.
I buy it. I have yet to make it.
Wasn't there poop in that at one time?
Oh, God damn, I hope not.
Tripe.
In the tripe.
Tripe is intestines, right?
Yeah,
So
technically,
there
yeah.
was poop in there.
I mean,
I
whatever.
don't eat no poop.
Look, I've had hot dogs. I've eaten hot dogs. I mean,
Yeah,
I know
I
that's
know.
all like lips and assholes
Sure,
anyway.
you're right. I just ate one plain today. Just
Yeah.
chewed on a fucking hot dog today.
That's a whole other story. But so yeah, menudo, man, delicious, and gotta throw in my hot sauce in there. I don't care. Actually, technically, I don't really care what it is.
Well,
I gotta
matter of
put hot
fact,
sauce
we
in.
do have a bottle of Tapatio.
Yeah.
That's fucking I'll just leave that. It's in the band.
Wait a minute. Is there a story about the Tapatio?
Yeah, fucking.
Does Paul have
Denny's
something?
is one fucking Tapatio light.
Really?
Yeah, because my guys, we ain't got no money, obviously, or apparently. You gotta take a goddamn Tapatio. Oh, you own part of the fucking franchise? They're just like, let's just take it. We don't got it. I was like, what the fuck? Here's $2. Go buy one next door. Like, no, we're fucking rebels. We're gonna
Now,
take some Tapatio.
is Tapatio what you're going with? That's the one.
I don't know.
like-
Actually, I don't even know if it was. It could have been Cholula.
No, thank you. A little I like Cholula.
Yeah, I think it might
do.
have been Cholula.
But have you ever? All right, let me ask you. I might as well just ask you this and get it over with. Because wait, are you okay? Are you all right? Hold on a
just
second.
bummed out that
I'm
he's
just gonna
like,
give
yeah.
this. I'm just gonna pass the mic. Paul, do you have anything to say about this Tapatio fiasco?
No, you guys are great. You guys are doing great.
Yeah, you fucking killing it, dude.
So yeah, I've been on this pickle kick where I've been making a bunch of pickles
Oh,
lately,
no shit.
and I made these ghost pepper pickles.
Oh, no shit.
Hot as balls, man.
See,
Oh,
you might have to
all
throw
right.
some to the molting guy.
You know what?
Oh.
I get a feeling he would like. So I'll tell you what, hands down, next time you guys are through here,
Fuck yeah.
I'm gonna make some hot pickles.
Fuck yeah.
All done.
For sure. Fuck
Absolutely.
Yeah. Right on.
Now, maybe somehow. You see, I know he doesn't really talk.
Right.
Maybe he can scribble down if he wants jalapeno, habanero, Scotch bonnet,
And all that
ghost,
shit. He might have
whatever he
some
wants.
peppers in his pocket right now. Do you?
You
have
know
any
what?
peppers in your pocket?
I wouldn't be
It's
surprised.
fucking classic, dude. We were on tour last time we were on tour. He starts pulling shit out of his pocket and starts eating it. Just got off stage and it's like, dude, you had fucking peppers in your pocket, dude? What the fuck, bro? You couldn't just leave that in the bus and eat that? He's like, no, I just got a pepper in my pocket.
What did he just want to keep it warm, or?
That's what I have no idea. And then there was a garlic clove in the other pocket.
Well, that's to ward off the vampires.
Sure, and
I
that's
think.
what he says.
Yeah,
So I
that's-
get that.
I'm not doubting. Why is it? I swear, man. Every time I'm over at Roger's house, I have the best fucking time, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good
it's so
people,
good.
man. Big Raj.
Big Raj.
Fucking holding it down, letting us do
And
this.
he's holding it down with. We got
You got a little
some,
sleep, or
we had some funk before,
that way? How
and
was that?
we are now chilling with some Om. Oh man, I saw him at the Nile Theater a couple months ago.
I was
Fucking
behind you.
dude, it was crushing, wasn't it? Oh dear Lord, that is good. Oh, I feel like it never stops. It's like one giant trip.
Yeah.
It's
Good
fantastic.
shit. Good shit.
All right, so I think I got like just a question or two more.
Sure, brother.
Through your career, I don't even know. I'm guessing maybe you've had other bands before.
Yeah.
Who's been like one of the biggest supporters of your music?
The biggest supporters? God, I'd have to say my freaking friends.
Yeah,
Just, I mean, I've gotten, you talking about past bands? Or,
whatever. Even now.
Well, yeah, it's friends, but I do got a couple people that have been helping out. I got Big John Gist in Vegas.
John,
Well,
yeah,
he's
he
been helping out.
throws down.
He does, man, and he's had, he had faith in us to put us on some big
You
gigs.
have people that believe in you.
Oh,
you
yeah.
have people that are fucking down with
For sure.
Absolutely.
Sure, dude. And he's one big dude. He's got pull. He's got he's just been doing a lot of shows. He had Paul and them King Chiefs play up here last year or
Yep.
in Vegas.
And OFA played there last night.
Right.
Old Fashioned
Oh, no,
Assassin
oh,
played there
yeah,
last
yeah,
night.
yeah.
And just crushed it.
Yeah. I told Johnny about those dudes. I'm like, you need to have these cats up there, man.
Right.
And I mean, I'm sure they probably did some backtracking or did some work too with Johnny. But I said, you know what, dude, these dudes are fucking badass.
Yeah.
They kick ass. I mean, because he gets good bands up there, but like I saw some of the band, I'm like, dude, if you got these dudes up there, you need this fucking band up there.
It's hot. It's fire. There's so many bands in this area that I would love to see go over there.
Fuck yeah, for
Hopefully.
sure.
Now, before we close out, I do want to know how to reach you guys on social media, how to buy your stuff.
Right.
I also wanted to ask Paul, I said, so you got this King Chiefs thing kind of rolling around. What's happening with that?
We're just wrapping up a third full-length album, man, called Flying into Void. We're just finishing up a couple guitar tracks, a couple lead tracks, some top dressings, and then it's just going to go to our good old buddy Ryan Butler here in Chandler, Arizona at Arcane Digital Recording, and he's going to mix and master it, and we're just going to get it out sometime in 2020. I'm not really sure exactly with who or if anyone, but we will see. Time will tell.
Right on. So check that out, and man, if you have not checked out King Chiefs,
Great man.
That last album,
Paulie's a songwriting fucking man.
Isn't it crushing?
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
And
good shit.
Just owning the stage too.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
Doesn't matter what he's playing, guitar, drums.
So I'm flattered to have him be part of the band, man. It's such an ad to have him vocalizing, harmonizing, because like we're doing that shit on the studio album. You know, I'm harmonizing. And there's been 1.5 years, 2 years I've been singing by myself up there.
Right.
To have this cat come up there to play fucking drums and harmonize with me, that's a task, and he's pulling it off.
Absolutely.
Hitting hard as fuck.
Yep.
Kicking it, man. Looking good for the ladies. Bringing them in droves to our shows.
I mean, I heard I don't know, maybe I misheard. I thought I heard the word pimp in the crowd.
That's what.
It's like mad pimping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
had
That's
to have been talking about this.
No, it was like what did they said that the drummer with the shirt off,
I noticed
glistening.
We were listening to this.
Put it on, dude. Put that on, man.
We already listened to it.
Oh, where was the fuck was I?
the shirt off is on purpose to show off his pecs, and he's been working out.
You know, yeah, he's been.
It's because I get so sweaty that my shirts stick to me and restrict the motion. All right.
He likes those glistening.
It's also the
pictures we get of
glistening.
him, and he looks
Yeah. Oh man, he's got it going on. Believe me.
right.
So, all right, Roger, could you hit that down for a little bit? Thank you. I love you, by the way. So to end out, so we can hear this on a clear note, and then we can crank those tunes up. How can everybody reach you on social media?
We're on Bandcamp. We're on TuneCore, basically MezzoaMusic.com.
TuneCore.
Yeah.
Not familiar.
I know.
Is it good?
Well, I mean, we started off with that, and I guess that, like, shoots off into all. I ain't Johnny Jackson when it comes to all that, you know. That's probably one of my weakest. What's the word I'm looking for? As far as just promoting and selling, I'm not, the best at it. I think we're on Bandcamp. Oh, we're on Spotify. I don't know if we could sell on Spotify. You can just go to listen.
You can listen to it.
Yeah, you can listen
but
to it there.
I would much rather people buy it.
No,
so
I totally get you.
You've got stuff on Bandcamp.
Yeah.
You have your merch on Bandcamp.
Buy stuff off Bandcamp.
And you've got this release on Bandcamp.
Yes, sir. Yep.
So that's where to go to buy it.
Yes, sir.
And maybe if anybody gets a chance, hit them up on social media. Give them a like on Facebook, Instagram, wherever. Yeah.
Right on.
Right on,
I
man.
appreciate that, Big Chris. Heck yeah.
Guys.
Yeah, somebody's moving around. What, do you want to say something now?
Uh-oh. I hear words. I hear something. Whispers. What is it?
Well, I didn't even hear you.
Mezzoa!
Tell me about the guy that you made out with that one time.
Was it? Yeah, what was it? Was it something in a bathroom stall? Something? I hear something.
Guy
What
with
is
the
it?
merch.
Uh-oh. What is it? What is he talking about?
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Go.
This dude that bought some merch from us off Bandcamp. Right?
Yeah.
And it was, it was an older shirt that we didn't have anymore.
Right.
And so, I told him, hey, man, we don't have that in stock anymore. And he's just like, well, what do you have? So I showed him some other shirts.
Right.
And he's like, well, I'll take that one that looks like Kiss. And I sent him there, sent it out there. And basically I showed him the picture of one in a black hoodie that had the Kiss logo on it.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I thought you were going to, he sent me a text today. I thought you were going to send me a black one. I'm like, well, didn't have any larges left, so I could send you a gray one. With the
Sure.
Kiss. And he's like, well, I'm really disappointed. You should probably try to get your street team together. He just kind of clowning him like, fuck, dude, we don't got, fuck, we're not a, and I wasn't talking to him this, but I was just like, hey, dude, I'm sorry you're disappointed. Refund your money, keep the shirt. It was just kind of, I don't know, just seemed like he was getting a little worked up over the shirt. It's like, sorry, but I can't help you out. I mean, not the funniest story in the world. I don't know.
Maybe.
To the point of we're not the biggest, and myself either. We're not the biggest social media guys. I guess it is kind of our weakness, but there's a prime example of that showing a little bit. I guess Yeah.
You know what? Here's the thing. There's so many bands that I've seen and talked to. The majority are doing DIY.
Yeah.
And that's what makes this shit run.
Right.
You know what? If somebody's got a problem with it, go fuck yourselves. Seriously. Because,
he's a drummer too that was trying to join the band. He's like, hey, I'm out in Texas. Can I come out there and play with you guys? I'm like, sure, man. We don't have a drummer right now, but I mean, this is before Paulie joined, and I'm just like, show me some clips of you playing drums, and he did, and
right.
I'm kind of putting him on the spot. If he hears this, he's gonna be like, oh, they're talking about my ass. It's like,
yeah, we're talking about the guy that has a gray Mezzoa shirt that's not wearing it.
Yeah,
in Texas.
That's crying about that. It's like, come on, man. Sorry, I did not apologize. Being respectful. We don't have that the red snake shirt anymore, brother. Sorry. Well, you shouldn't have that on your fucking website then. I'm like, oh my god.
I apologize.
He's right.
It's an accident.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
It happens.
I'm like, you're right. Just like I said, like Paulie said, it's like I'm not on fucking Facebook all the time or my fucking on the website pulling up shit, putting new pictures up of the new merch, which I should be.
Right.
Which would be able to sell, but I usually do all the selling mostly at shows.
Yeah.
And then, my friends come over, I need a hat, I need this or whatever. So that stuff is just, and Big John Guest from Vegas, too, he's been telling you need to really get your merch and your shit going, and he's right, and you're right about that. But it's just, I'm fucking busy. I'm a stucco contractor back in San Diego.
Right on.
So I'm fucking busy with that. And now, in the band, too, it takes up a lot of time. And it's just like the selling part of it, it's like, hey, it's tough, man. It's tough to get that shit going. It's just not that fun.
Agreed.
But
I understand.
See, now I'm kind of making a point for people not to buy it. Like, yeah, well, if you don't
give
a fuck, why are we going to give a fuck?
No. Buy the merch.
Right.
I'm sorry this guy's pussy got hurt because he got a gray fucking shirt.
Yeah.
But whatever, man. Let it go, son.
Yeah.
And you know what? The thing, but the thing was that you were so cool about it because you're like, keep it, I'll refund it. Yeah. Like, name any other business that does that.
Right.
There isn't one. It's like, go to Costco and say, dude, I bought this Kirkland shirt.
Right.
I don't like the color. Just send me my money. No, don't work that way.
Yeah,
it's a business, man.
It was weird how he just didn't get it. It's just like you're kind of being petty, dude.
Yeah,
I mean,
very petty.
And that sucked. I didn't want him. I would have loved to give him what he wanted, but it's like, hey, man, don't have that. I told him.
Right.
Let's try to get this Kiss one. You want that one? And there's other shirts. Anyways, long story.
Long story.
Whatever.
So here's the thing. When we lose, we don't lose the lesson. We don't get excuses, or we don't provide excuses. We provide solutions. The solution is you're gonna get all the merch on point.
Right.
You're gonna have a great big display next time you come around.
No doubt.
Maybe some new designs.
Right.
And maybe this guy won't get so butthurt next time.
And we'll try to keep our website up to date.
Awesome.
Lesson learned.
There See, go. We didn't win or lose. We win and we learned.
There it is, right
and
there.
And that's the important part.
Right on, my brother. Heck yeah.
Hashtag stay woke.
Stay woke.
Word. Before we go, Roger, say goodnight.
Good night, everybody. I'll see you on the flip side.
Oh, listen to him. He's
sweet.
getting all.
He's
getting all on the downloader.
Yeah,
He's rocking it.
That was beautiful.
All right, gents.
Thanks, Raj. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys
Awesome.
for sticking around.
Yep.
I appreciate the owl. Every once in a while, I saw his eyes brighten up, and his head somehow almost went like behind. It was weird.
It's kind of a Shilau? Shaolu? I don't know.
From the streets of Shaolin?
Shaolin.
Yeah, it's 36 chambers. That's the Wu-Tang.
Right.
Word.
But we kind of we made it different into Shilau just to make it funnier. It's just Shilau.
So, Raj, say goodnight. Paul, say goodnight.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
We're out.
Late.
Thanks to everybody in Mezzoa for hanging out, and thank you for Roger for giving us a place to do the interview. This is difficult. I didn't know which track I was going to pick. I don't remember asking him which track. So I think I'm going to go with the namesake. I think I'm going to go with Mezzoa. This is off of Astral Travel. This is Mezzoa from Mezzoa. Thanks for hanging out towards the end. It's doomtombpodcast at gmail.com. doomtombpodcast.com. You can listen to them, all the episodes over there if you want. Head over wherever you listen to your podcast. That would be awesome. Download, subscribe. If you're on iTunes, it would be great if you left a review. And, we got a couple more coming up. I'm going to try and get a few more out this week. So until that time, the next time, meantime, and in between time, enjoy yourselves. Keep going to the shows. Buy some of that band merch every once in a while. And don't forget to stay heavy.